There was no playground, there was no creative mode, so we just had to kind of deal with our teammates at the time. We tested to see if the Nutcracker's hat was actually a part of its hitbox compared to a regular player, and we could definitely see the height difference. Further testing, you could clearly see that I don't get any hit markers shooting at the Nutcracker's hat, but when I do shoot below it towards just the regular height of the head, I do get a hit marker. This confirming that player skins do not test it out. Going as we do, and I definitely don't recommend trying this in a regular game. I built up a giant roof really high, and then I grappled towards it with the baller, and I tried to get out, then immediately after re-enter it before I touched the ground. The first try that I tried it, I was very close, and as you can see slowly, I did have the option to get back into it, so I knew that this was possible. Further testing it out a few more times, I was able to achieve this by redeploying my glider, spamming my button to get into the vehicle itself, and luckily I was able to get into it. And if you're a Fortnite trick shotter, I came up with a new meta for you. Basically, jump out of the hamster ball before it touches the ground, shoot, get back in, and you'd have a pretty insane shot. The next myth is, will you take damage from a stink bomb, clinger, or dynamite while you're inside of the baller? Testing this myth out in game wasn't very difficult. I was in creative mode, so I just spawned myself in a hamster ball, some stink bombs, clingers, and even dynamite, and kudos to my friend for him to throw right back at me. In game though, surprisingly, when you do sit inside of a hamster ball and you do have a stink bomb thrown at you, you will not take any damage while you're inside of the ball itself, but when you are outside of it, you do start to take damage as if it's just raining. I thought this was pretty interesting, so if you're ever in the middle of a stink bomb and you do see a hamster ball, make sure you run straight towards that. If you don't want to take any damage, and what's even better is that it does not damage the ball itself. Similar to the stink bomb, the clinger will not do any damage to your player itself, but it will do damage to the hamster ball. So if it does take enough damage, of course it will break and you won't have the vehicle anymore. Now for the dynamite stick, it happens the exact same way. You don't take any damage for your player itself, but the hamster ball still will take damage, and of course, if the hamster ball does take enough damage, it will eventually break. Going into the next myth is, can you find a treasure chest without having a treasure map? In-game testing this out, the only way I could really test it is to go into playground mode, and we found a treasure map, which was fairly simple. Now keep in mind, while we were running to the treasure itself, my friend never held the treasure map. He never had it in his inventory, so he had no clue where this was. We acted as if he never even knew about it. I also made sure that I was on a separate team to act as if we were in a solo, or even as if we're in a duos or a squads, and he's on the enemy team to make sure that he is able to either dig it out or not. I showed him where the X was by sitting right on top of it, and he then pickaxed exactly where I was sitting, and as you can see, you could dig up the treasure chest without even having a treasure map. We thought this was pretty crazy, and he was able to actually loot it up as well and open the chest and get all of the items inside of it. So I guess from now on, everyone's just gonna run around and start pickaxing the ground to see if they could somehow luckily dig up a treasure chest. Jumping into the next myth is, what happens if you get boogie bombed after being shot from a cannon? Doing this myth in game was pretty difficult. I basically set up a cannon, then a massive platform to have my friend launch right next to me in hopes that I get lucky enough to have him be within the range of the boogie bomb. After testing this out multiple times and us both failing multiple times, we never really got it until I was able to go a lot closer and basically throw it at him directly. In game, when we count down together and I threw the boogie bomb, I was luckily able to time it perfectly so it would make almost direct contact with my friend. And as you can see, in mid-air when he is flying, he does have the disco ball above his character as he's tumbling through the air. And when he does that, he does go right. Now keep in mind, in this clip, he was tumbling in mid-air, but when we wanted to test the replay and get further in depth to see what happened, that when he gets launched from the cannon and flies in mid-air, it's as if his player's not just tumbling at all, and he's just kind of dancing while flying. I'm honestly not sure.
Musician is the best way to learn, practice, and master the guitar. Just grab your acoustic.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, sir. This could get hotter than I initially thought, which is why you should definitely subscribe and like both of our videos because we're working hard. How did you get up?